Anyway, each and every Thursday, we rock and roll. We kind of flip the script on entertainment, and we bring in the best person who got it all together. The East Spot with Camille Kauer, rocking with us right now. Camille, what's going on? How you doing?
What is going
Look,
on,
she got glasses on.
Whoa, wait a second.
You love it, right?
I like that.
She transported in the studio.
Yeah, that's right.
The transformation is
I
upon
have
us.
to thank Mr. Danny Russo. He's starting his
You're
own...
blocking your mic.
Sorry. I know how to get my angles. I don't really know how to work a mic yet. I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
You're blocking your mic, sister. Trying to be all cute.
Look, you got the flashiness going on. Block your mic.
Hey, look.
Yeah, drop the mic.
You need to work on that skill.
She's flexing.
I'm working. I'm trying to make sure that you guys know who Danny Russo is, because good morning. I am so excited about having him on the air with us today. Danny Russo on the East Spot. Welcome to the East Spot with Camille, and good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. So you're an interior designer, you're a design influencer, and TV and podcast host. Tell us your origin story. Like, how did you get started?
Oh, in which one?
The most fun one.
The most fun one.
Yeah.
Okay, well, interior design I got into in 1998. I don't know if you guys have Dillard's department store down there.
We do.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I worked at Dillard's.
Yeah, Dylan,
I
yeah.
started out in the fine china department when I was 16 years old.
Fine China, 16. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
So it was just a job back then, and somehow I turned into a DJ after that, and then I'll tell you about that later.
Oh, I like this story already.
See?
Yeah. So then I ended up starting interior design in 2003. I started my company in 2009, started traveling and going to markets where I met Camille. And that was back in about 2013. And I've been sucked in ever since for a long, strange ride. And about sometime last year, was it last year? Last October, I was at Market and somebody told me you'd be great on TV. They're starting a TV network. And the rest was history. And it's still being written.
Speaking of history, you were recently also in the Museum of Art and got to use a lot of historical pieces. Can you tell us how that came about and what that experience was like?
Well, I was on a cruise in the middle of the ocean,
I love your life.
Caribbean, and my phone kept ringing from a weird number. And you know cell phones don't typically work on cruise ships. So it was a woman
new
calling me to apply to you had to apply to be accepted into what's called the Designer Showcase at the Columbus Museum of Art. They juried your portfolio and ended up selecting 10 different designers to choose rooms. I did it 2 times in a row, and it was the first and only show house that's inside a National Art Museum. So I did get to, the first year I did a living room, and the second year I did a dining room. And you have a lot of restrictions working in a commercial space. And I just tried to be different when I did it and do the most bizarre thing I could. So I didn't select standard art. We got to go down into the catacombs of the museum and go back into the collection. And I got to incorporate a lot of pieces from the 1700s, which was really cool. So that's how that went. And the last time I did it, we incorporated televisions onto our wall. The dining room's kind of fading out, so I wanted to do a dining room that was different. So I was inspired by Harry Potter's castle, where all the pictures start moving around.
Harry Potter.
And I figured, how do I get art onto this? So I hired my audio-video company. We made frames around the TVs, and we streamed in artwork. And then all of a sudden, you can change them if there was a sporting event or a game on. You had 3 different-sized TVs that were at different heights, and it turned into a living kind of multimedia art wall.
Hey, the voice you're hearing today on the East Spot, we have Danny Russo, whose work has been featured in the Columbus Museum of Art, which he was just talking about. And he is recognized as one of the top interior designers in the country. Actually, we have an exclusive. You just got a new award. What is it?
I'm going to be featured in the marquee Who's Who in America for 2020
Yay,
under the interior design field. Yeah, you guys are the first to hear it.
Yay, exclusive.
So that'll be out probably in January. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I think you should star as Barbara Walters in Barbara Walters' biopic.
Might as well. If Julia Roberts can play Harriet Tubman, I can clearly play Barbara Walters. Clearly.
Let me tell you show us some range if you could do that.
By the time it happens, I might even look like her. Since Errol could change, why can't I change?
That's right.
Sorry. Anyway, moving on. We've talked about this off air a lot, and I wanted to bring it up so listeners could also know some of these design shows, because they use movie magic, they have unrealistic expectations and a lot of misconceptions. Or have you encountered any of those, or any you want to clear up for people who hire designers that might expect to get the same time frame or budget that they see on? I won't name any names, but
I know, don't name any names because I'll go there.
Move your truck.
When
kidding.
somebody tells me a budget, and I know I could tell what show they're watching by the budget, because I'm like, the girl that works at the yogurt shop in the food court at the mall, and her husband's a golf caddy. How do they have a $2.2 million budget?
Hello.
Like that's not realistic.
No, I'm always like, I need to move to Canada if that's the way they're paying people up there, or wherever they film. It's all over the place.
They film in Durham, actually.
Oh, well, that's for Flip Your House or Love It or List It.
Mm-hmm.
They film here.
I get anxiety when I watch those shows because I know that it takes you've been on TV, so you know how long it takes to film something. Those shows take 3 months minimum to film because the renovation process is that intense. So there was a show called something like While You Were Out, and they would redo your kitchen while you went to dinner. Well, I mean,
I wish.
After the TV cameras left, the house had to be falling apart because tile takes at least 24 hours to cure, and wallpaper paint has to dry. So I don't know how that was happening.
Maybe it was a long dinner.
They're still there.
Service was horrible.
I would be mortified if that happened to me.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's not. So those are some of the expectations we run into. People are like, well, why can't you do this whole house renovation in 1 month? Because that's not how it works. But if you have the right budget, meaning multi-million-dollar budget, anything can be done in a month.
Right, 24-hour services.
Yeah, but it's all about setting expectations and being realistic with those expectations.
Now, so speaking also about working on camera, what are some looks that you would say look great on camera, but in real life don't do it? Like stay away from?
Well,
is there any?
That's a tricky one because I don't watch those shows.
Oh, okay.
But
we can skip it.
I know from what I've been told, lighter colors and loud colors look really good on camera. Okay. So you lose a lot of what's trending when you see the deep colors, the deep jewel tones that are trending. They get lost on a big flat black box. So I would say the best, colors on TV would be anything loud, vibrant. Now, you also have to be careful that because the camera can make a print turn into can make a move.
Yeah. Now I have a question for you. So tell us a little bit about your show that you're getting ready to premiere soon with Trish Baudet, and I think you have some other ones too. So please tell our listeners about those.
Well, a new network is launching this winter, and it is called HDTV. Now that sounds pretty basic, but it's considered home design television. And I worked with Donna Moss, and it's actually her show. And we were invited to do a show house in Dallas, Texas, for a charity. And we filmed that all of April, May, and June. So when I do say it takes 3 months, it took us 3 months to get down there to film it. And we were out of town. And that was just a production process, even behind the production. Like I showed up into Texas and all of my furniture was missing. And I flew in and landed into a tornado, and I had 2 hours to reselect the entire room, get it camera ready for the next day. So a lot of wine goes into the process, is what I've learned.
And so that would, I guess that would also tie into what is your most challenging job you've had on air or off?
That would be it.
Yeah, that would be it. Okay. Now, for other people who might be listening,
when you're out of wine and you're in the middle of nowhere, Texas, getting wine is another.
So, for people that are listening that might want to also look into becoming a host or a designer, what kind of tips or advice would you give newcomers?
Be natural, be loud, and be yourself. It's all about having a personality. Like nobody wants to listen to somebody drone on and on about what to paint this and what color to paint that. A lot of husbands don't like to hear that from what I've learned. So it's all about engaging with the audience. And I try to do that with my clients.
Smart guy.
Tell the guys only care about TVs and comfortable chairs.
Oh my gosh, you're so right.
So I learned how to incorporate those two things into, I try to get everybody into the experience because design is an experience. And it's really about bringing a fun experience. It's a headache. Most people can end up in divorce after a renovation, but
Ouch. So you're a therapist, a designer.
Number one cause of divorce in America. Home design.
Home design.
It's not social media after all.
and that's
funny.
you have to you have to do social media. There's a lot of aspects that we do, and I feel like I have 20 jobs, not just one. But I'm writing a book.
Oh,
Hopefully,
wow.
yeah, I've been working on that for a while, so that's coming out soon, next year, hopefully. What else do we have going on? I'm out of topics.
No, your sunglasses. But hold on, we're going to just let people know who's on air with me today. Today on the E-Spot with Camille. He is known as the future of the interior design world and an Instagram influencer. You will find Danny at numerous charitable events across the world. He loves donating his time and personality to events across the globe. So I must ask this last question. Where can we find you? What are you up to next? What is your social media handles? Tell us all how we can keep in contact with you.
You know, I got lucky. So you can find me on Instagram, and it's literally just Danny Russo, DANNYRUSSO. And that's on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. What else am I on? LinkedIn, YouTube. And the interesting thing is, I got that handle because I was one of the first people on Instagram before it was like a thing.
Ooh.
So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, real hard to get those handles with just your name now.
Yeah, tell me about it. The real Camille
I'm
Kauer.
not Chef Danny Russo. I'm not the personal trainer Danny Russo. I'm not Daniel Love Russo from The Karate Kid. I get that twice a day.
Oh, that was hilarious. When I was looking you up to try to find different things, I was like, wait, he was in Karate Kid? No, not
And then other
exactly.
people think I'm Danny Zuko from Greece. I'm like, not even close.
You're DFR.
Yes,
Yeah,
Danny
we won't say the
Francis Russo.
Or like if you watch The Good Place, Danny Fork Russo.
Okay, I don't know what that is. but
Oh, that's okay. It's a good show.
I don't know that
Anyway,
either.
well, thanks again for coming in with us this morning and hanging out with us.
Thanks for having me.
No, it was my pleasure. I will talk to you soon.
Yeah, you
Thanks
guys
again
are
for the
fun. I'm gonna keep
sunglasses.
listening. You're welcome.
Thank you for saying that. Appreciate it. We have a lot of fun each and every Wednesday. Weekday.
Thursday
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm like, I want to talk to you.
You get some cool glasses like Camille.
Yeah. Maybe we get some of those cool glasses one day too, huh?
Camille.
I'll ship them to you.
All right, appreciate it, man. Thank you very much.
See.